Hi, I'm Patrick Prince with the Tulsa World. I'm here with Barry Lewis, our high school football writer, and we're going to talk a little high school football. Barry, let's start in 3A at a game you and I were both at last night where Holland Hall defeated Lincoln Christian in a battle of two undefeated teams. Were you surprised how dominant Holland Hall was in that game?
Yes and no. I was surprised. I wouldn't have predicted that Holland Hall would win by 28 points and just totally dominate the yardage like it did. But then again, maybe I shouldn't have been surprised because Holland Hall's been doing it all year long to everybody. I just thought Lincoln Christian would give them as the defending champion, and they've had a great season. I thought Lincoln would have given Holland Hall more of a game, but the Dutch were just so dominant on both sides of the ball. So I was surprised overall a bit. But again, Holland Hall has done that all year long.
Let's talk about 4A for just a second. Wagoner capped a really dominant season from start to finish today with a 42-13 win over Clinton. Mike Brown was there covering it. We'll have coverage from that game. Just your thoughts on a great season for Wagoner.
Yes, it was a fitting capper to the season for Wagoner. Not really. I thought this game had potential for Wagoner to blow it open, which it did in the first half, up 28-0 at halftime. Although I thought Clinton might, because it's such a tradition-rich program and because the way it won its semifinal game 10-7 last week, I thought it could hang for Wagoner for a while, but that was not the case. The Bulldogs just dominated from start to finish. So it's a very fitting into the season for both Wagoner and Holland Hall.
Let's talk about 2A for just a second. Metro Christian won last night. They're going to be in the 2A final on Saturday at 1 o'clock against Washington. That game is also at UCO. What's your breakdown of that game?
Metro Christian is just getting better and better, it seems like, every week. I didn't expect Metro to win in such a blowout over OCS last night, but Cade Gibson's block punt just started an avalanche, 41 points in a row for Metro. Kirk Francis is playing great at quarterback. The defense is really playing very well. Washington has been very impressive, had a very impressive win over Beggs last night and Adair the week before. And Washington has lost the last couple of years to Metro in the playoffs. And as Metro coach Jared McCoy reminded me when I spoke to him earlier today, that it's hard to beat a good team multiple times in a row. So Metro is the defending champion. It's got that experience, but Washington wants to avenge those playoff losses from the last couple of years. So it should be a great matchup.
It's hard to believe, Barry, at least it is for me, hard to believe we have 1 week to go in the high school football season. Given the extraordinary circumstances with the COVID-19 pandemic, how do you think the season has gone?
I think the season has gone as well, if not better, than I would have expected in August. Of course, there were times in July and August I didn't think there would be a season. And once they got the go-ahead, or once it appeared that we were going to have a season, it pretty well went somewhat as I expected. I knew there were going to be bumps in the road. There would be cancellations. But and although those cancellations were aggravating and frustrating to all involved, when you think that 85% of the games were played as scheduled, I think that is an incredible amount. I think it's a great success story, and that we haven't had any cancellations since the second round of the playoffs. That's another great success story. So credit to all involved, all the teams involved, the OSSA, for seeing this through and getting to the end of the postseason successfully. It really is a great accomplishment.